It's time now for Peter Channel Primetime News on this Friday evening, September 2nd, 2016. Good evening, everybody. I am Peter Wiggins, and I your Primetime News headlines at 8 o'clock in this Friday evening. And our top story at 8 o'clock in this Friday evening is FBI papers off a closer look at Hillary Clinton in the email inquiry. Philippines President Rodrigo Duterte said an explosion in Davao City killed at least 15 people fighting out with an act of terrorism, and he placed the country in lockdown, an official Philippines news agency reported. President debates moderators are set up. Let's hope for the first. Troublesome Hermine moves in Carolina has heavy rain forecast. Well, more on that coming up on the Peter Channel weather segment of the Primetime News. FDA bans the sale of antibacterial soap, saying whisk outweigh the benefits as it contains triclosan, which is among the antibacterial chemicals FDA said will ban. Washington, the Deputy U.S. President Islam Kamav could pose serious challenge for the U.S. in areas such as counterterrorism and could become another flashpoint in the contentious U.S.-Russia relationship. The Islamabad, Pakistan, bomb attack at a court complex in northwestern Pakistan and killed at least 12 people fighting just hours after the security forces pulled an attack on a Christian colony in the same region. He is but one of the millions of Syrian children who are hit especially hard in the ongoing conflict. Controversial French satirical magazine Charlie Hebdo has provoked first rage with its response to last week's devastating earthquake in central Italy. So, the United Nations Development Agency says there are no plans to suspend North Korea projects in 2017. Davao City, Philippines, at least 10 people are dead and 16 injured after blast swept by the market of Davao City, Philippines on Friday night. Tokyo, a North Korean trade representative in Shanghai was deported after assault on local police last fall, according to the Japanese press report. London, British prosecutors charged a member of the Royal Marines with terrorism offenses Friday in court. A prosecutor argued that he should spend 6 years in prison. Judge ruled that Brock Turner should be jailed for 6 months after sexual assault on a country woman and spent 3 months behind bars. It took Brock Turner less than 30 seconds to walk free. Alamogordo, New Mexico, a police officer was reported to say a prisoner, 30-year-old man with 3 active arrest warrants was fatally shot by a suspect Friday after gunfire erupted in a residential area of a small South New Mexico town. Ifukai, New York, when he was 2, Jeremy Schultz was reading books in English and Korean. At 6, he was studying calculus now at age when most kids are attending middle school. He's discriminated 12-year-old as a freshman at Cornell University. Bardstown, Kentucky, utilized by the church where she took her vows decades ago. A slain nun was remembered by a Norwich report in the Donald drug conversion she used to comfort the young patients in Mississippi. In Tallahassee, Florida, Hurricane Emma stormed across North Florida Friday and left behind a mess that killed 1 and left a $250,000 without power, 40 said. Cincinnati, Green Party candidate Jill Stein traveled to Cincinnati fighting for a rally. Trouble is a rally scheduled 100 miles away in the city of Columbus. Bern, Switzerland, body of an extreme ski from the United States who disappeared after a winter storm in the Swiss Alps and Nice has been found at 40 said Friday. Washington, Hillary Clinton will begin allowing on the travel press course but off official campaign airplane following a line with tradition for previous campaigns. SpaceX in San Francisco, the fire explosion of SpaceX rocket is kicking out this week, reverberated in Silicon Valley, Africa, where Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg was promoting internet connectivity with the satellite on the board to aim to deliver. Washington, U.S. employment growth slowed more than expected in August after 2 straight months of robust gains in wages were tepid, which could effectively rule out an interest rate and increase from the Federal Reserve this month. The U.S. economy appears to be strong enough to warrant significantly higher interest rates, Richmond Federal Reserve Bank President Jeffrey Lacker said on Friday. Theresa May won't be using a trip to the Group of 20 talks in China to announce her decision on the Hinkley Point nuclear power project. Langfang, Sweden, laser-based tactical engagement simulators being supplied to a Polish military agency. Arlington, Virginia, the Built All-Terrain View-2 vehicle by APA Systems make a North American debut this month. The National Guard Association supporters them. Paris, Canadian Naval received a coastal defense system from Europe's MBDA that will deploy both Mate extended ranges and MM-40 Block 3 missiles. Washington, a recent report found that 65% of Americans read it particularly last year, more than double the number who read ebooks or listen to audiobooks. Alright. Looking at the closing stock reported this Friday. The Dow, end of the week, up 72.66 points to close the week at 18,491.96. SP5 up 9.12 at 21.79.98. And NASDAQ up 22.69 at 249.90. NASA's Juno spacecraft captured an image of Jupiter's nose on long range from a distance of 120,000 miles. Washington, it's a squid pro quote, but scientists are naming a new fish after President Barack Obama provided a way to say thanks for the decision last month to create a new protector of the Hawaiian coast. A new study reveals some fascinating insights into an ice volcano and a dwarf planet Earth. The volcano out of Morse is about 13,000 feet tall and 11 miles wide, which is particularly impressive given that Ceres is less than 600 miles wide. The death toll from this disease occurred by mosquitoes is so huge that scientists are working on a vertical idea why not eradicate them. South Carolina beekeeper Juanita Stanley has a message to the mosquito control officers who reveals that arachnids can stop. Pennsylvania has become even so slim in 2015, according to new annual report. The rate of adult steam obese dipped from 30.2% to 30%, and Keystone State dropped from 20 most obese to 24th. A powerful drug that's normally used to tranquilize elephants being blamed for a research fight in drug overdoses in the Midwest. In a series of interviews and social media posts over the weekend, Bishop William T. Jackson defended his decision to invite Trump to the church to be interviewed on Jackson's television channel Impact Network. Washington, 2 months before Election Day, early voting kicks off next weekend in North Carolina, the first and around a key state where minority voters and young adults who cast ballots in the events get given on one of the outright contenders. Tommy Lavin calls it Matt Lawyer's impartiality, as Matt Lawyer spoke with U.S. Olympic spinner Ron Lochte and couple competing during the Olympics. Alright, looking at some local news. Foxborough, what it has been, is one of the more surprising developments in the recent history of the Patriots. Better defense than Ron Nikovich has been suspended for 4 games by the NFL for test positive for a banned substance. Nikovich, 33 years, played 1 of 16 consecutive games, including playoffs, but a streak would have been threatened by tricep muscle disease suffered at the beginning of training camp. Nikovich expressed regret for the finding and claimed that the use of the unnamed substance was accidental. Few things are more important to me than mine is named the recreation, as Nikovich told ESPN Boston reporter Mike Rice. And he said that the supplements he ever used during his career have been over-the-counter purchases. Second, police say they recovered packets of suspect heroin and then arrested a 23-year-old woman on related charges of the car she was driving and was stopped Thursday. Massachusetts Secretary of Housing and Economic Development Jay Ashford Plainville went there this week with the local officials and legislatures represented towns. However, investigators are focused on the car and garage in the top Robert Townhouse, Kenneman, where a fire gutted the dwelling Thursday and damaged over half the duplex. 4 localized high schools are listed in the top 50% of high schools in the Boston area and in the annual survey by Boston Magazine. Fall River, Massachusetts, Mountain arrested in Massachusetts allegation was one of triple slaying in Puerto Rico, said those homicide charges against him were dismissed. All 40 said 36-year-old pit was began in Fall River on Thursday by local police with assistance from Massachusetts State Police, U.S. Marshals. They said he was wanted in it soon enough to 3 people in Puerto Rico in August 2014. But during the trial on the Friday, and the Fall River District Court, lawyers said Puerto Rican officials dismissed the homicide charge and released him. Boston police have charged a Goodwill store employee with beating a 72-year-old man in a wheelchair. Peter Challenge Design, Beta Weight on this Friday evening, and it's time now for a sports report. Tonight, the Boston Red Sox will be taking on the Oakland Athletics. Game time, 10:05 p.m. at Oakland, California. Okay, take a look at some MLB scores. Top of the second, Cleveland Indians leading the Miami Marlins 4-0. Top of the third, St. Louis Cardinals leading the Cincinnati Reds 1-0. Toronto Blue Jays at the Tampa Bay Rays 2-1. Washington Nationals on the New York Mets 1-0. Philadelphia Rays 4-0. Bottom fourth, Pittsburgh Pirates on the Milwaukee Brewers 0-0 the score. And top of the second, Baltimore is leading the New York Yankees 6-0. And Chicago Cubs of the San Francisco Giants 2-1. And San Diego, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick went followed to maintain the broadcast of the U.S. national anthem are being randomly booed for once again refused to attend during a rendition of the song. Jack Sock keys in the bright future U.S. tennis. And Peter Challenge time is now 8:09 on this Friday evening. And it's time now for a traffic and trend report. Hey, let's start off on the MBTA where the subway system is looking good on the commuter rail. It is looking. Ooh, the Providence train 8:30 to 6:05 p.m. I'm waiting for a truck stop at 10 minutes late between South Attleboro and South Station. But the commuter will operate on a Sunday schedule for Labor Day on September 5th, 2016. And on the ferries, they are looking good. Okay, looking at highways and byways in the 6-state New England region. Starting off down in Connecticut with 95 on the northbound side back to the Norwalk to Fairfield, Merritt Parkway in the northbound side back into the Bridgeport stretch, 91 on the southbound side back to Route 69 with a Meriden, 84 eastbound side is backed up after Route 8 in Waterbury, Connecticut, 91 and the northbound side, it did so from Meriden and all the way before I-84 Harvard, Connecticut. 84 eastbound side, it did this backed up run. West Harvard at I-84 Harvard, Connecticut. 91 and the northbound side is backed up after I-84 to 291 in Hartford, Connecticut. Highways and byways, western Massachusetts out. Looking good in eastern Massachusetts then. But now 95 to southbound side, backed up after Route 4 East Greenwich. Mass Park eastbound side, backed up after A4 Service all the way to Charlton. Southfield Expressway, the northbound side, backed up the Southfield Expressway and around the Braintree Split area to Dorchester. 93 on the northbound side, back on the Cork Hampshire stretch. 95 on the northbound side, it is back to Hampton Tolls to Port Hampshire up in the Kittery, Maine. And 89 and 91 on both ends. It's slow, just ran in Canadian up in Vermont. 87 on the southbound side, backed up to Route 11 up in Champlain, New York, and Ottawa 15 and 55 are backed up in 7 Quebec after the U.S. border in New York and Vermont. And highways and byways at Albany are looking good at 81 on the northbound side. It will also have to Scranton, Wilkes-Barre, and 95 is backed up on the both ends around the Delaware stretch. New Jersey Turnpike, it's a little slow just before the Delaware Memorial Bridge. And 636 to the eastbound side, slow around Center City, Philadelphia, and New York State 3 eastbound side is backed up after the Pennsylvania border up in Chautauqua. Peter Chow News Time is now 8:11 on this Friday evening, and it's time now for a weather report and latest on the tropics. It's the latest on Gaston. It's 50 mile per hour winds. Tropical storm Gaston, 50 mile per hour winds with a center location 39.6 to the north, 308 to the west. Lower east northeast at 16 miles an hour. And latest public advisory in Gaston is center between the western and central Azores. The tropical warning is effective for floods and Coburn in the western Azores and fire Pico, Grassosia, and South Georgia and Tercera in the central Azores. For stormy races, air please monitor product issued by local dash will be well due service at 8 p.m. Atlantic Standard Time. The center of the tropical Gaston was located in latitude 39.6 to the north, latitude 29.8 to the west. Gaston is moving toward the east northeast near 60 miles an hour and turn toward the northeast to expected over the next day. So, and the forecast expected that the center of Gaston will be past north of the central Azores tonight and much the same with that near 50 miles an hour. Begin this forecast at Gaston will likely become around low tomorrow. Tropical force will exit out 150 miles to 140 kilometers from the center. Same minute temperature 1,220 millibars to 259 inches. Wind tropical bleachers are expected over portions of the central Azores by tonight. Rainfall Gaston is expected to produce less than an inch of additional rain across the Azores by Saturday and swells. Jeremiah Gaston are affected at Azores that will continue on Saturdays. Swells are likely to cause light rain and surfing rip conditions and formation. Should please connect to products from your local weather office. Alright, look at the latest on Hermine. It is now Category Trouble Storm with 33.5 north, 79.5 to the wind. West, maps the same winds at 50 miles an hour movement. Northeast at 20 miles an hour. And the latest public advisory on Hermine. Center Hermine approaching Myrtle Beach, South Carolina, and dangerous storm surge ahead in the Hampton Roads areas. Tropical warning is expected to skid and stop at the Savannah River to Georgia, South Carolina border. A tropical warning is in effect for the Savannah River to San Diego, Pamlico to Albemarle Sands, Chesapeake Bay from Drumport southward, Tedder from Colbine eastward, and Delaware Bay, and tropical warning is in effect from North San Diego to west of Wedgeville, and then the United States Northeast should monitor the progress of this system, and tropical warning means that tropical conditions are expected somewhat in the within 36 hours. For storm information, Pacific area, please, and possible inland watches warnings, please monitor products issued by your local National Weather Service Forecast Office. At 8 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, the center of Tropical Storm Hermine was located by NOAA Doppler radar and surface observation inland over eastern South Carolina and latitude 33.5 to the north, latitude 79.5 to the west. Hermine is moving toward the northeast near 20 miles an hour, and this motion is expected to continue for Sunday with a gradual decrease in the forward speed during that line of the time. And the forecast track, the center of Hermine will move across coastal South Carolina this evening and move across coastal North Carolina tonight and Saturday morning and move offshore at the north coast Carolina coast by Saturday afternoon as maps staying within near 50 miles an hour. Higher gusts and little changes expected tonight and early Saturday while the center of Hermine remains over land. Streaming is forecast the center moves offshore and Hermine could be hurricane intensive by late Sunday and tropical force in the center was 185 miles, mainly to the 78 center and a buoy 4004. Located in the southeast of Charleston, recently reported a sustained wind gust of 49 miles an hour and a wind gust of 60 miles an hour. Estimated the pressure is based on surface observation 99.5 millibars, 23 inches. Wind drops of conditions are considered the spread northward within the watered area along the Atlantic coast by Saturday night. Tropical conditions are possible in the watch area by late Saturday or Sunday night and storm surge. The combination of storm surge and tide will cause normally dry areas the coast to be flooded by rising waters moving inland from the shoreline. There's a danger of life threatening and degradation during the next 24 hours and Hampton Roads area. Persons within the area should take all necessary actions to protect life and protect pretty from rising water. Properly follow all instructions, including evacuation orders from Local officials visited possibly a lot further duration during the next 5 hours. The most coastal acres between North Carolina, Virginia border, and Bridgeport, Connecticut. The water could reach the following heights above ground, and the peak surge occurs at a high tide time. Hampton runs 3 to 5 feet elsewhere from North Carolina, Virginia border to Bridgeport, Connecticut, 2 to 4 feet. Hermine is expected to produce storm total rainfalls accumulations 5 to 10 inches with pulse at maximum amounts of 15 inches over the southeastern United States and portions of the lower middle Atlantic from southern and eastern Georgia to South Carolina and eastern North Carolina across southeast Virginia and lower eastern shore, Virginia and Maryland. Storm total rainfall amounts of 4 to 8 inches is possible. This rain may cause life and floods and flash floods. Rain by and south of Hermine may expect to bring an additional 1 to 3 inches of rainfall across portions of central and northern Florida. Every rainfall could be reached the coastal areas of Delaware, North Jersey, and begin Saturday night. And a few tornadoes are possible to this evening over the coastal areas of North Carolina and northeastern South Carolina. And okay, the latest on where is Hermine on the radar? And this is Hermine. This is Hermine, stretching from Charleston all the way down to eastern North Carolina and southern Virginia with a heavy band of rain showers between Raleigh and Wilmington, North Carolina. And a closer look at it, and it shows a heavy band of rain showers stretch around Interstate 95 from stretch along Interstate 40 from Raleigh all the way down to Smithfield and Goldsboro and Kinston. Raining, heavy rain from 95 from Dillon, South Carolina, stretching all the way up in the Rocky Mountain, North Carolina, and heavy rain around Topsail and north of Wilmington, and around Jacksonville and Morehead City and Havelock. So, this is a storm here in Carolinas, and we will keep you posted. Don't panic. We will keep you informed of where Hermine's going to head. Okay, shower activity has increased since yesterday after circulated a tropical wave about 1,000 miles east of Western Antilles. However, the tropical conditions are only moderately conductive, and any initial development of the system should be slow to occur while it approaches the lesser conditions westward of the eastern Caribbean Sea early the next weekend. For May, chance for us. Low 10% for May, chance for 5 days. Low 20%. Okay, let us move closer where it was a fantastic Friday. And everybody went out to the Deutsche Bank Golf Championship in Norton and took advantage of this wonderful, wonderful, wonderful weather. And it was perfect, perfect weather conditions. All right, 7-day forecast. Oh, let's look at the hazardous weather outlook. Okay, let's look at the hazard weather outlook. Day 1, hazard weather is not expected at the time. And day 2 is Saturday for Thursday. Hurricane Hermine may impact Sunday with a Tuesday with a rain and wind front. However, there is considerable uncertainty with the track and intensity of Hermine, which will determine the magnitude and extent of the impact for southern New England. Creative impacts are expected to be mainly coastal, with the greatest rates for beneficial rain and strong gusty winds along the south coast. Alright, we'll keep you posted. Okay, 7-day forecast goes like this. Tonight, podcast goes about 52 degrees, calm wind for Saturday. Podcast got about 75 degrees, east wind about 3 to 5 miles an hour. Saturday night, most clouds go about 56 degrees, northeast with about 3 to 5 miles an hour for Sunday. Slight chance of showers up to 3 p.m. Podcast got about 72 degrees, northeast with about 9 to 17 miles an hour. Chance of is 20%. Sunday night, chance of showers. Most clouds got about 60 degrees, and northeast with about 16 miles an hour. Gusts is 29 miles an hour. Chance of is 50%. For 11 days, showers likely clouds got about 70 degrees, chance of is 30%. Monday night, tropical conditions possible. Chance of showers. Clouds got about 63 degrees, chance of is 40%. Tuesday, tropical conditions possible, chance of showers. Most clouds got about 66, about 65 degrees, chance of 35%. Wednesday, parts of most clouds got about 81, about 65 degrees. Thursday, parts of the most clouds got about 82, about 65 degrees. For Friday, most clouds got about 80 degrees. Clearly and not near it is fair skies. 64 degrees, humidity of 84% in Taunton and Naughton at 65 degrees, humidity of 84%. And clear skies. That's going to be for the Peter Channel. Primetime news on this September 2nd, 2016 on a Friday evening. I appreciate you for good evening, good positive attitude, and I'll see you for a sign-off news report to close out the night right after sports wrap-up, right after the Red Sox Oakland Athletics game over. Good evening and go Red Sox!